This next question is from Smash. At the very start of a match, when you're taking your grip, what are you trying to do as far as hand control goes? Are you trying to grip tight? Are you pulling towards yourself a bit? Or are you applying any side pressure? Anytime I pull an experienced puller, they seem to have their arm and body tensed up. When you hear go, they're already powered up, and I'm trying to focus on my head.
Well, the answer to that for me has changed a lot over the years. When I first started, I loved to load everything. As soon as I got the table, I was tough right off the start. But I found with more experience that style of arm wrestling is very demanding on the arm in a tournament because you're guaranteeing longer matches, and as well your hit is not going to be as good. You got a higher chance of not getting a good hit, and the way arm wrestlers are today is you have to always be ready for a ref's grip because a good arm wrestler can get you there anytime he wants. So I think it's always good to think about in your training and everything that you have to be prepared to go from a ref's grip every time you step on the table. Things I'm thinking about when I get to the table, just a few things. Before I get to the table, I always remind myself that I do have 2 fouls to play with, okay? So I try not to get too stressed out. Even if things go wrong, you do have 2 fouls, and I mean, a fast start is a warning, okay? I just always rehearse that in my mind just in case, so I got something to fall back upon. Subtle advantages I can get before the setup is a lot of it is energy expenditure. Guys who want to play that mess around game beforehand, if I can be on my side of the table in a mechanically sound position, so I'm good here, I'm on my side of the table. If Eric wants to come and grab me on this side of the table, if he wants to pull with me here beforehand, if he wants to load up before it's neutral position, we can pull here all he wants because it's going to be more work for him. You know what I mean? But I don't like to come over to Eric's side and try and pull him out to try and get the fair grip. No. I'll wait. I'll set up. I'll make him come to me, fair grip. Just make sure your hand's in good position. That's all I really think now. So long as you've got good hand position, your webbing is neutral, you're not low, you want to be high up, wrist is good. That's all you can really hope to attain against a good arm wrestler. Like if you can get that, that's a fair good match right there. Eric, what do you go for?
It depends on who I'm going to be pulling against. I generally do load back pressure before. Do you generally load, or do you generally go loose grip?
Yeah, it's going to depend against the guy a lot. Like if I know I'm going against, I don't know. It's going to depend. Like you're gonna study your opponent beforehand. That's probably the biggest thing with this setup. If I know I'm going against Eric, well, I've come up with a way that I think I can beat Eric. If I'm going up against whoever, okay, hopefully I will have either pulled him before or I will have watched him. If I'm going up against John Milne, I'm in trouble. But either way, you should study your opponent, and that should be your biggest indicator for how to set up. If you don't know your opponent, I would say go to default. Number 1 move is I'd say high hook, just lots of up pressure, wrist, and take it from there, either top roll or hook. You'll be able to make your decision after that.
If you don't know the guy, would you put back pressure or would you go loose grip?
I would generally go loose, just because it's going to save energy in a tournament, and keeping the foul thing in mind. If you get a bad start, you reset.
Do you feel you can hit faster from a loose grip or from
absolutely
a loose grip?
Absolutely. But if I can get away with having superior hand position off the start, and if the guy is cool with starting it and the refs are cool with starting it, well, that's great.